Hadouken, oh my God! DJ Hadouken, we got it to the streets, we are the champions. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastards. You did. Take off!
All right, so we got our day one fam, DJ Hadouken,
yes, sir.
jumping off the porch with us today.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Yes, sir, man. Long time coming, bro.
Nah, it has been. A minute. A lot of things changed. Went from DJ OK to General to DJ Hadouken. So yeah. Things have changed. It came up, man.
Long time coming, for sure, man. Yeah, so go ahead and first off, just introduce who you got sitting behind you today, too, man.
I mean, it's my A1 Day One partner, Chad's my manager. You know what I'm saying? We moving around, doing a lot of stuff. Got some major stuff on the way. And it's like, this is my ride or die, so. You know what I'm saying? My peoples.
Yeah, no, that's what's good, man. So let's take it back, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
You originally from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes, sir,
yeah,
man.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. 918 to be exact. Holding it down. Been in Atlanta for 5 years, but I guess you could say, yeah, Tulsa's home, but I've always been, as a DJ, been supportive of the Midwest and Southern region. So that's always been my thing and whatnot, so.
Absolutely, man. What do you feel like are some misconceptions when you tell people you from Oklahoma, man?
The misconception is because how diversified I am. Like, I'm a very diverse person. So, like, for instance, when I used to be home and I go to the club and, for instance, I'll be with like DJ Big Rich, Wayne This Thing, one of the main DJs out there. And I'll be kicking it with them and cats be like, who are you? And they don't really know me in depth, but when they do these little mini tours with Big Hef or Bigger Ranking, and they be like, you know, DJ OK, at the time, they be like, yo, that nigga is everywhere. Boy, everywhere, but why he don't move around the town? It's because I'm diversified and I dealt with different markets and dealt with different cities, even as a DJ, and plus I'm Dominican, so, you know what I'm saying, so things like that.
Yeah. So how did you get into DJing at first?
So for me, I got into DJing because I used to listen to the radio a lot when I was in 5th grade. And I used to have a green boom box my grandma gave me. And I used to listen to that every day on the radio. And I think when I turned summer of my 6th grade, I'll never forget. My mama was going to work, and when she would go to work, I'd go downstairs and kick with my sister. And we watched the TV until my pops came home around like 12. And we in the hood, so. But one day, I remember it was a Friday, I forgot to turn the radio off, and all I heard was Busta Rhymes say, "Evil Genius," Green Lantern, and it was DJ Green Lantern on Sirius XM, because the radio station, 105.3, shout out to Cool Keith, it would convert from him DJing for like 4 hours straight. And so I'm sitting back thinking to myself like, dang, who is this DJing? Dang, he going in. And he playing a lot of hits. And I'm just like, yo, I gotta do that. And then at the time, and we talking about 2005, 2006. So at that time, I was always getting the Ozone magazines. I had every single Ozone magazine you can think of from 2004 at the time till 2000. I'm gonna say till 2009. And then it didn't make it no better just listening to Green Lantern, then Drama going crazy. And then I used to trap mixtapes as a kid. And that just made me want to just be like, yo, I got a DJ. And then I had virtual DJs just to start, so.
Yeah. So did you just do your start by like doing clubs? Were you doing house parties? Were you doing mixtapes?
Mixtapes was my thing. Because at the time, I was big on just doing mixtapes. My mixtape series was the Gutter Cartel, Gutternomic Hustle. Those are like my main two. And the thing is, at that time, I was really trying to push a lot of independent artists, and that was like my main focus. I had a mixtape hosted with Big Crit. That was like the main biggest one that I had was one with Big Crit. And it's too bad I didn't press that up though, because I used to press up my mixtapes. Like, I just pressed up all my mixtapes and everything. And then I say by 2008, I believe 9th grade, I started putting them on Dat Piff. Okay. So a lot of my mixtapes at the time was putting on Dat Piff, trying to get a name buzzing outside of just, I'm pressing up CDs for my school and whatnot, so.
So these tapes you were putting together, were you actually reaching out to the artists, or were these just like the songs that you fucked
I used to call everything. The first artist actually he is DGB, KD.
Okay, yeah.
Burn One, Last Man Standing. That was the first artist that I ever linked in with, gave me to know DJ, everything. And that's what kind of built me there as time went on to just network with different markets and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that was the first, KD was actually the first artist to really rock with me and really let me push his music and whatnot outside. So, and as time went on, I just started calling cats, getting their email, giving them my email, send me the music. So
yeah. And what's your thoughts on the mixtape era, looking back at it today, man?
It was a dope era. It was a golden era. I would say to be the last generation of where mixtapes was, it made sense. That was the beauty. Because I'm becoming a mixtape DJ at 14. And at that time, most of the DJs now that got a name were in that era. And I love everything about it, from Victorious in Chicago, DJ Champ, Drummer Boy, but now DB405, DJ Sean in Chicago. I mean, the list can go on and on of just mixtape DJs that were kids. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just grown, like DJ P Exclusive in Canada. I think a lot of people forget about P Exclusive in Canada. He was a kid.
Trap shit.
Yeah, he had a lot of trap shit. He was a kid. You know what I'm saying? DJ E-Sud. When E-Sud was a big nigga with a chain, with a chain on. Like, we were all kids just getting it in the mixtape game. And if I left out anybody, no disregard to nobody, because at the end of the day, like, we made this sound in this era that is big now. Absolutely. And I'm just glad I was a part of it and whatnot, even though the mixtape game has kind of died out, and I have to diverse myself a little bit more to still have that brand as a mixtape DJ and as an A&R type. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, I love that era. I'll never forget that era because it made me as a DJ and a producer now today. So,
can mixtapes make a comeback?
No. Media, Spotify, iTunes, they just got so much power. They just do. If you're not doing a podcast, if you're not doing something like Off the Porch, if you're not doing something that's diversifying the culture, you gotta diversify it now. The mixtape era did diversify, especially in the South and in the Midwest. It diversified markets per market per market per market. You know what I'm saying? Around your way was DJ Headbuster. At that time, DJ Headbuster grew the Tampa sound and everything of that nature. It didn't make it no better. DJ Wynn was behind it, everything behind it. So, and shout out to they 1-3. But I just feel like, nah, in my opinion, no.
Everything's playlist these days.
Yeah, everything
right?
is a strictly playlist. Bottom line, if you want to move like it's like the underground era of back in the day, if you really want to move like that, you really low key just need to get with the DJs, get with the top interview places to go, whether it's going to DJ Screen, going to Smalls, coming to us over here, and just putting the bag behind the records and whatnot. That's the best way to do it. But doing mixtapes and whatnot, now having a DJ, I feel like that is important. To have DJs, I'm not trying to disregard that culture at all, because at the end of the day, us DJs, we are the people that make it. But at the same time, the grind is just a little bit more technical.
Yeah.
It is footwork, but it's real technical nowadays. So.
Yeah, looking back, do you think these websites like Dat Piff, should they have been paying the DJs to upload these tapes?
You know what?
Would that have kept it alive? Because you guys were delivering the exclusive songs.
You know what? I'm gonna say this: if A-Lox and Pesh, and the Mexican Boys of my mixtapes, if they would have did that, I personally think the mixtape game would have been solidified and still going at this current time. A-Lox did his thing because he's the originator of the mixtape websites. Now, don't get me wrong, you did have Mixtape Factory, you did have Mixtape Train, you had BitTorrent, Mixtape Torrent. You had those, don't get me wrong, they had their thing and they had their crews and that all died out. But don't get me wrong, Pesh did his thing. Mexican Boys over there at my mixtape did their thing. But I personally think if they would have put the bag behind the DJs instead of telling DJs, yo, you need to pay me a cut and this and that, woo da da da. Dat Piff, hate to say this, but Dat Piff, live mixtapes, my mixtapes wouldn't look like a damn mixtape museum right now. And I hate to say that, but that's even true. Even Midwest mixtapes. And shout out to Adam Murphy. No hard feelings on that, but that's just how I feel. If you would have put the bread behind the DJs to really move and be the A&Rs of those websites, because don't get me wrong, my mixtapes did do it. They actually did do it. They had Champ, they had DJ Win as the sponsored DJ. I'm trying to think of the other third person that was a sponsored DJ. Don't get me wrong, they tried to do it, but that was coming too late, even though my mixtapes was an app. But I just think it was an era where mixtapes is a big thing in the Midwest and Southern region, even in the East Coast. I can't even disregard them, but I just know what it looked like down here. Niggas had A3C and South by Southwest just looking booming with mixtapes and underground shit. But the point I'm getting at is I just think personally, like, you can't, I personally think they did put the bag behind a lot of us DJs that really was going hard for their mixtape sites and finessing bread and getting bread and whatnot. Cause boy, I'll be honest with you, when I was 23, boy, just off of just live mixtapes alone, I had about 10, 20 bands, and I'm single and I'm enjoying, I'm moving around different cities and whatnot at 23, making moves and this and that, all because of just live mixtapes and mixtapes I did. Like, I was just going real mad crazy. So don't get me wrong, I made my money, but if Pesh would have, hey, I'm gonna give you a cut just to keep this mixtapes going and keep this brand going, and whatever artist you bring, we gonna do it. The A-Locks did the same thing. Wish they would have done it. But I just think they just got caught up in hey, I'm the king right now. I'm popping, because when live mixtapes was popping at 2013 to 17, boy, you couldn't tell live mixtapes nothing. You couldn't tell live mixtapes nothing. Dat Piff in 2007 to 2010, you couldn't tell Dat Piff nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, Pesh was on top of his game when he did Indie Taste in 2011 though. Mm-hmm. He was on top of his game when he did that, because that just exploded that live mixtapes. Because I think Pesh and what's your man from Kick Drums, I just think they were more focused on Bitch I Rep Cleveland, the mixtape with EV, and that was just the thing that just made them so phenomenal. They was like, oh man, you know, the cocky Cleveland aspect, the 216 aspect. Yeah. So, like I said, man, if they would have put the bag behind a lot of DJs and whatnot, I personally think they still would survive this era.
No, I agree with you there. So when did you start moving around to these other cities, and why did you feel like it was important?
All right, so I started moving to other cities when I was 19. I think when I was 19, I started really moving around. I started moving around. My first city I really moved around was actually Little Rock. I started going to Little Rock, Arkansas, and rocking with DJ D-Dirt, aka Lil Rock Obama. I started going to Arkansas, and as time went on, I just started going up to different markets, up top to Detroit, and then coming all the way down. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for me even going and making moves, I would have never met ChaseTheMoney. I met ChaseTheMoney in St. Louis in 2013. I met him in 2013 at the Underground Train Mall in St. Louis, and I was just down there networking. I was with Loudy on the track. And the funny thing about ChaseTheMoney is I just randomly just bumped into him. I said, it's a cat in Arkansas that got a record produced by you, and it was like his first record that went crazy. Well, it was his first record that I personally think I liked, and it was just moving. It didn't go crazy. I'm gonna rephrase my words. And he was like, "How you know me?" Oh man, you know, woo da da da. Then going to Chicago, I got to meet Bump J before he. I got to meet Bump J's son. I got to meet Bump J's son before he got out of jail. Let's see, who else, man? Just going to different cities, I really try to make a lot of moves, but it was on my own type of aspect, because with me, I wanted to just go to markets to just see what's popping in those markets, and plus I already knew who was who, so I would just go to those markets and, yo, I already know who you is, let me take a pic, woo da da, I already got your music, woo, you know, this and that. But yeah, I say, till I was 19 to 24, I had been about around 30 cities in the Midwest and the South altogether.
Oh, shit.
So,
Yeah.
So just all around.
How'd you meet Pooh?
Man, rest in peace, Pooh. So if anybody don't know, I'm one of the original DGB DJs. So Dirty Glove Bastard originally had DJs, DJ Spectacular in Dallas, DJ Murph. Who else is a part of us?
Bubba.
Situation. Why did I say Spectacular? I meant to say Situation. And for your classic mixtapes from Mississippi, DJ Break 'Em Off. We're like the original apostles as DJs of Dirty Glove Bastards.
Don't forget Dow Jones too.
Yeah, and Dow Jones. Can't forget Dow Jones. Oh, and Dow Jones, you're making a heavy move with Damn Dot. I ain't gonna lie to you, player. You're making a lot of moves with Damn Dot. I'm seeing that shit. I met Pooh because of that piff. Because I used to come to the crib all the time, and I used to look up mixtapes on Dat Piff every day. After I got done with my homework, I'd be on Dat Piff seeing like what's the next mixtape, the artist, if the cover was dope, and I look at the back of the cover, you know what I'm saying? And Pooh had a mixtape, I think with Trapaholics, I believe so. I think he had a mixtape with Trapaholics. I think it was Trapaholics. I think it was another DJ from Dallas or something. But we had linked up. I was in 10th grade, and we were always back and forth on the phone. And I told him, you know, I'll be your radio or mixtape DJ, so when you need any music, you know, when you got your music, just let me know. And I remember a time when Pooh had just stopped rapping, came back up, got up with Quay, and then he started going crazy, and then he became an A&R, and you know what I'm saying, his life, you know what I'm saying, it hurt me to what happened, but you know what I'm saying, we just keeping the movement going, and that's how I met Pooh, and Pooh was my dog, cause anything I need from Pooh, drops, needed me to come, needed anything, got me in tune with DJ Merck in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, he really showed me love, bro, and I'll never forget Pooh. That's my dog forever.
Long live Pooh.
Long live Pooh, for real.
Yeah. So at what point did you start to, transition into being a producer?
Okay. So, when mixtape started dying out, I guess you could say I was in this era as a DJ. Well, not as an era as a DJ. I think in 2017, 18, that era of being a mixtape DJ was dying out. Most DJs was it's either two things you're gonna do. You're either gonna be a club or radio DJ, or you're gonna do something diverse in the culture to keep your name looking like a brand. Because mixtapes, at the end of the day, they made DJ's name look like a brand. When I was in 8th grade, I used to produce. I stopped because I was just in love with just the mixtapes and radio and this and that. I just was in love with that shit. So, I used to have a video game off the PS2 called the MTV2 Music Generator.
Okay, yeah.
And it was, I think it was by Timbaland or some, Timbaland and MTV did something with that game. And I used to make beats on that every day. So I say from 6th grade to 8th grade, I was going crazy. I had like 5 memory cards full of beats. Like just, I'm cooking up and everything when I got out of school. And I just stopped. And then I say in 2018, I'm still doing the radio stuff at K100 Radio, shout out to Blizzard. But at the same time, something in me told me, you know, I was trying to figure out what was the next wave for me. And then I had a partner of mine who, I was his DJ back home when we were kids. And he stayed with me. And he was cooking up on Ableton. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm thinking about getting back in beats. And he was like, nah, bro, you should. And so I started cooking back up and getting back focused on it. And then I regretted it for a minute because I'm just like, bro, I should have been cooking up, man. I should have been doing my thing. But I can't even feel bad because the networking that I got going on, the moves that I had from just DJing and making moves and being a tour DJ with Gutter TV and Eastside shout to Gutter TV, it definitely gave me that opportunity. That was definitely a move back in the day. You know, it just built that, and being a producer, my network game is crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? But now, shoot, because of what I got going on with my producer show, and with my partner over here, shit, I don't even regret I don't even regret that time. Not at all, bro.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, so talk to us about this Iron Fist CookUp series.
All right, so innovation, diversifying. I realized as a DJ, DJs want to break records. You have to diversify yourself in this period of time. So I thought to myself is just cooking up and what I'm doing directly. I want to be like DJ Khaled, and I want to have artists on my own records and even on my beats, or even cooking up and making a whole mixtape and woo da 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 with different artists and on my, just stuff like that. That's cool. But I realized that the producer world needs something different. So I thought to myself, why don't I break producers? But how would I do it? I got an idea. So I hollered at Coalition DJs owner, DJ Big X. It's something that had been on my mind for a period of time, on and off. And I said, hey, you know what I'm saying? I got an idea. I know we got New Music Monday with the artists, but let me do a producer edition of it. And it's something he sat back on. He was like, all right, I like it. Just put everything together. I just want to see it build up. And so as time go on, we build it up. And it's really innovative because it's something that's never happened. I got two producers in one room, major as hell. They probably got a good placement, they got a major name, and judging producers on these sounds. So like an American Idol. But the way we do it, we kind of put the culture in between it. So it kind of look like producer get put right on the spot. And we do it at Stank On You to make it history. Mm-hmm. So to me, I'm doing it because I'll do it for the producer culture, but at the same time as a DJ's aspect. I want to be the DJ Drama and Quincy Jones of this for producers. All right, like I said, when it comes to DJs, most DJs, they probably break 2 or 3 artists in their lifetime. But as a producers, with my situation, I might be breaking 70 producers, giving them that opportunity. It might be even more than that. So in my eyes, like I said, here in a second, I will be the Quincy Jones and DJ Drama to it. So with just producers alone.
Yeah, that's hard right there.
So,
you feel like producers get their respect in the game right now?
Nah, not really. Because yes and no. Yes and no. You see, with my event, I realized that a lot of producers are not network savvy. The thing is, you might get a lot of producers that they like to be in the YouTube world and show content of how to cook up. You got other producers where I make beats at the crib and I'm only in the studio when Rick Ross is there. You know what I'm saying? Or you got that one that they just stay at the crib and they just make beats all day. And you don't never see them, but they got a cool little name. And I realized the network game is with producers is really low. Now granted, you got producer grind and stuff like that do their thing with producers that do have a name, and it does make sense. But when it comes to the network with producers and just trying to brand themselves out to expand, that's kind of somebody that's little or don't really got it going at all, but they're trying to get somewhere. Even if they got a different sound or they got a different wave, it's a lot of going through. And sometimes when it comes to producers, a lot of producers are really scared because they don't know where to really go to really get their hands in the sauce to really get themselves in a good position.
Yeah.
So
if a producer's watching this and they want to come on the Iron Fist CookUp, how can they get in contact?
So y'all need to just holler at me at I am DJ Hadouken, I-A-M DJ Hadouken, or you can holler at Bill Gates Stepson, at Bill Gates Stepson, or you can holler at us at Iron Fist CookUp, just simple like that, and reach out to us. But trust me, when you see the content, you see the other producers getting their beats played, and you got a 10 minutes to run through your shit. And then you get judged by the producers, so you never know. We done already got 4 producers already placements.
Oh, shit.
So, and last one just recently had a record with NBA YoungBoy. Shout out to Rel Made It. I'm proud of you, young nigga. Happy belated birthday too, dog. So, I just think that's how you can reach us and get in tune with us. But trust me, we got some crazy shit on the way. Trust me.
So why the name change from DJ OK the General to
Hadouken? All right, so I had a partner. I'll never forget this. I had a partner at my job, my job when I was back in Tulsa, and we was talking about some Street Fighter shit. And he said, cause I used to be goofy at my job, so randomly I'd be like, Hadouken! So I would just be saying it, just to say it, just to be goofy. And then he was like, bruh, it'd be goofy as hell if you changed your DJ name to Hadouken, DJ Hadouken. And so I laughed about it, and then I was just like, you know what, that might be the way when I go tell man, I might need to change my whole name. So as time went on, I sat back and thought about it, and who really made me definitely want to do it was DJ E-Sud. DJ E-Sud was like, hey, bruh, you change your name like that, bruh, that's gonna be hard. That might be something to go with. Even as a producer, it's probably gonna change, it's probably gonna be dope. And then I definitely was rocking when I did my tag. Hadouken, oh my God! Like, when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, strictly DJ Hadouken, so, yeah.
At what point did you realize it was time to move out of Tulsa? And was it a big leap of faith at the time?
To be honest, I wish I came to Atlanta by 22. I came here by 24, going 25. I left Tulsa because I was just tired of there was so many other things I needed to do in networking, and then, you know, at the time, we was doing the mixtape I was doing the mixtape with you guys, Country Cousins. And you said you was gonna slide up here, and by the time when you said that, I was like, okay, that's perfect. The whole mob gonna be here. Pooh gonna be here. Spitty gonna be here, so I'm gonna move down there too. You know what I'm saying? Because that was in the back of my head of just doing things. And I was just like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for me to move. So I left Tulsa. And I'm glad I left and whatnot. I love my city. I love what's going on because I'm actually part of what was Tulsa World, but now called FILA, Fire in Little Africa. So
okay,
shout out to Steph Simon and Dowtone and everybody around that way. And long live DJ Selly 2 times. But I love my city. It's just I've always never thought the same as my city when it came to just doing music, being a DJ, etc. So
yeah.
It was just something that I need to get out and do.
Yeah. All right. So what's next, Hadouken?
Next is just really just getting this producer event going, man. Just trying to get it to the producers and whatnot to where this is where you need to come to. I think that's my main focus right now is really just getting Iron Fist CookUp to where it need to go. Truth be told, that is pretty much it because we just got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Got it going on with that. And then also just building a producer team with Coalition DJs and whatnot to try to just get us more placements and more situations with the bag.
Yeah.
So that's really our main focus. Like I said, I'm trying to be the Quincy Jones DJ drama to this shit. So when you think, and also another thing, I'm trying to put the next move. Since you're saying about next move, my next move really is to put the beat battles to the grave. When you think as a producer where I need to go to get my ground going, it need to be Iron Fist CookUp. You don't need to be no beat battle from a major producer. You don't need to be a beat battle. You got to go to LA. You got to go to Canada. If you're a producer that's really trying to get a placement and get something really popular, you got to come to us. And that's what I'm really trying to do. Is put the beat battles to the grave.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's pretty much the next move, man.
What does Dirty Glove Bastard mean to you?
Family, I ain't even gonna lie. Really Midwest Southern culture. You know, I came in this shit because of P. Dukes. I came in this shit because of P. Dukes. P. Dukes that hooked me up with one of my partners. My mind went blank for a second, but P. Dukes got me in tune with, damn, I can't think of his name right now. But we did a mixtape together. It was my first mixtape to do with y'all. It was with me and Trigger the DJ. And it was a Stack of Starve, because I was a part of Stack of Starve. Shout out to Doe from the Go. It was a Stack of Starve, and it was me, Trigger the DJ, and P. Dukes had hooked it up, and it was a Dirty Glove Bastards push. And that was like the first mixtape I did and put everything together. I ain't gonna lie, man, DGB is the mob. I mean, I feel like we the mob, man. We done came a long way from being a blog site that people just checked out stuff from from pushing Starlito first time, from pushing Dolph first time. Dolph had started off the porch, like a lot of niggas don't know that, to the live mixtapes and Dirty Glove Battles that we used to do in South by Southwest. I was there. Like, this is really family to me. This is really who I am. Shout out to Lala Shep. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my family. This is who I link in with, and who I've always been linked with before you niggas even paid attention to Off the Porch or even wanted to be a part of DGB. And if you wanted to do something part of DGB back in the day, it was mixtapes. But that was even a bag. So this is family right here, bro, and that'll never change.
Real shit, man.
So.
All right. Well, I'm almost afraid to ask, man, but you got any shout outs before we wrap it up? Because I feel like you're going to shout out 1,000 people.
I really ain't got no shout outs. I ain't really got no shout outs, man. Shout out to my team. Oh, and shout out to my right hand man right here, cause I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. We making some major shit on the way. He came at the right time when I was trying to change up my whole thing and whole grind. And shout out to Bo Made Vodka. Bo Made, we rock with y'all. We appreciate everything y'all do for us and bringing us that vodka for the Iron Fist CookUp, man. So, like I said, if y'all trying to get into an Iron Fist CookUp, hit us up at the IG at Iron Fist CookUp, man. And it's like that.